Long before Duck Dynasty, stars Phil Robertson and his wife, Kay, found fame on the A&E hit reality television show. They weathered a stormy patch marked by Mr. Robertson's struggles with alcoholism, drug use, and infidelity. The difficulties they faced over that decade were nearly too much to bear, leading the couple, who wed in 1966 and share 4 sons, to separate. Against all odds, they managed to mend their broken marriage, but only after Mr. Robertson found redemption in Jesus, something the family patriarch refers to as one of the most pivotal moments in his life. Repenting and turning to Jesus was the best decision I've made in almost 80 years on this rock, Mr. Robertson, 77, wrote in a recent Instagram post. I went from believing in my next drink to believing in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, he shared. I want that for you too. Mr. Robertson continued. He never gave up on me when I rebelled against him, and he won't give up on you. The Blind, the couple's love story, including the difficulties they faced and how their faith helped them overcome the hard times, is at the center of the film, The Blind, which made its theatrical debut in September 2023 before its March release on the faith-based streaming service Great American PureFlix. The movie also explores Mr. Robertson's formative years, namely his experiences growing up in poverty with an absent father and a mother suffering from mental illness, culminating with his surrender to Jesus later in life, a moment that's portrayed in the film via a moving scene of a baptism in a river. You wouldn't have the true story of the Robertson family without the true story of Jesus, Mr. Robertson captioned on Instagram alongside clips of the film. The Blind is the story of a rebel and a redeemer, the redeemer, he shared. We didn't get this movie made to tell our story. We did it to tell his. In the video montage, Mr. Robertson said he never thought a film would be made based on his life. All we want out of this is to see if just one turns to Jesus, he said. Inspiring baptisms. Mr. Robertson's son, Willie Robertson, was an executive producer on The Blind. His wife, Corey Robertson, whom he married in 1992, also served as one of the film's producers. In an interview with the Christian Post, Mrs. Corey Robertson said the goal of making the film was to show God's faithfulness to the Robertson family. We went to Phil to talk to him about doing this movie because it's his story. He shows the hardest parts of his life, and that's tough to put it out there on the screen, she shared. Phil said, from day one, if it impacts one person, if one person changes their life and gives their life to Jesus, because of my story, because of the darkest parts of my story, I'll do it. It'll be worth it, she recalled. Mrs. Corey Robertson said the public's reception of The Blind has been very positive, noting that one of the greatest rewards of working on the project has been the outpouring of messages from viewers who watched the film. She also shared that the movie inspired a slew of baptisms, many of which Mr. Phil Robertson performed himself. One woman said her husband had been an alcoholic for 17 years. He never goes to the movies with her, Mrs. Corey Robertson said. She convinced him to come to the movie with her because he loved Phil and our show. He reached over and held her hand for the first time in years while they were watching the movie. I read that and just bawled. In an Instagram post shared the day after the movie was released in theaters, Mr. Robertson shared photos of people being baptized immediately after watching the film. If anything brings me to tears, this is it, he wrote. I've baptized a lot of people in the name of Jesus, but in 50 years, the one thing I've never seen is young people getting baptized right after seeing a movie. Overall, Mrs. Corey Robertson told the Christian Post that the film truly encapsulates the message of redemption.